Hello everybody, welcome to Lex Alexis for a very unusual sort of stream this time. I don't normally do streams like this, but I'm doing my round 2 score predictions for the Euros as a live stream. You've heard it here first. For the first time ever, my score predictions are going to be live. I'm officially Benjamin Bloom for today, but I would nowhere near perform it in the same level. But what I'm going to do, go through all 12 games in match day 2, and I'm going to offer my predictions. Now, in terms of comments, I'm going to respond to comments right at the end, and I've got to be quick because I am needed for football training as well. So, enough of that said. If you enjoyed the stream, please give it a like and please subscribe if you're new, and let me know what you thought of match day 1 of the Euros, because then I'll likely read your comment later on. But enough of that. Let's go to capture, which is working fantastically well, actually. Let's go to Finland or Russia, because this is the one game that's made me go into this watch-along state, because it starts at 2 today. So 2 hours time, the game starting. Finland or Russia. Finland managing to win their game against Denmark. You could argue in very tough circumstances following the tragic events of Christian Eriksen. Thankfully, he's all right in hospital now. It'll be interesting to see if Finland can actually respond by beating Finland, because if they beat Finland, they have a very strong chance of qualifying, in my opinion. Russia, they got heavily beaten by Belgium, 3-0. They did all right in the second half in containing Belgium, but apart from like one moment, they didn't even look close to scoring. So I am very, very worried about Russia's chances here. As you can see, Finland is second, Russia are currently last, and here are the scores they're predicting. Zuba was quiet. Golovin, he was their best player, I thought, Golovin, for Russia, but unfortunately he was kept quiet. For Finland, it was surprising to see Pukki start following the injury he picked up, but actually it was good for him that he did manage to score in that game. Now, to predict this game is difficult. I've got a slight naggy feeling it could be Finland, although I'd say Russia for the quality. I'm going to say a 1-1 draw in this game. I don't really think I can edge either one of these teams. Unfortunately, because of time, I can't get FIFA up to predict their games. But I'm just looking at Finland's win again here. And it's Pohjanpalo, who was the goal scorer for Finland. Who, of course, if you see in the squad right here, is the other striker with Pukki. So I think it'll be 1-1. Let me know of your predictions in the chat now. Let's see if I can read it now. In fact, no one's watching, so okay. That's actually going to help me do my predictions then, if no one's going to be there. All right. Next on the list is Turkey and Wales. We go to that here. So, Turkey, Wales, both teams with a different start, to say the least. Turkey, of course, lost 3-0 to Italy, and pretty comprehensively as well. First half was very dull, very boring. Nothing really happened. What was disappointing is that no one in that squad really created a meaningful chance against Italy. Italy were just way too good on the day. Wales will have something to be proud of. They got a draw against Switzerland. They were very much not the better side. Switzerland had a lot more of the ball, but they created chances and they took them. Kiefer Moore, of course, scoring a header, a brilliant pass by Joe Morrell. Now, against this Turkey side, I think this is going to be very, very key on which one of these two sides can definitely get second place, because if any of them win, I think it increases the chances of being second, but I do think a draw for both of them puts them in real danger of not qualifying, because then I think Switzerland can have a chance to overtake. So I think this is a very important game for both these sides, especially for Turkey, for the fact that they lost their opening game. This will be played at Baku, so Turkey will be at home. This could be helpful for them. As a prediction, I've got a feeling it could be a 0-0 draw here. I'm going to go with a 0-0 draw. Let me know what you think of that in the comments down below. That is what I'm predicting for Turkey and Wales. I think it'll actually be a 0-0 draw. I mean, both of these sides didn't really look too expansive in their football. It will be played at Baku, but I think Turkey will be a bit too nervy. As I said, I will be going back to comments if people are leaving them. But when it comes to predictions, I can always look at them as I'm doing them. But right now, no one's there, so it's actually going to help me move this quickly. So Italy, Switzerland is the third game. We're in the quarter stage now. So Italy picked up a brilliant win against Turkey. Ciro Immobile with a goal. One of them was an own goal, unfortunately, for Turkey's part, and Insigne getting the third one, actually. Berardi was also fantastic in that game as well, in that right-hand side. Was very, very vocal in terms of Italy's attacks, especially in the second half. Italy was slow to begin with, but it was good in the second half. Chiellini with a great defensive performance as well. Switzerland will be feeling disappointed. They didn't get more than a point against Wales. They had a lot more of the ball, and they did have more chances as well. Mbolo was the one who got the goal for them. Severovic had chances, and the player they brought on as well, what's his name? He had chances as well. Xhaka was all right, actually, I felt. Zakaria, I thought, well, when he got subbed on, I thought he was actually a good impact. I think a 6.3 rating is quite harsh. Sommer's got a good rating for making a great save in one for games. With this game, though, I think Italy do have a stronger record with Switzerland on paper. Italy, if they win this, they go through. And, of course, it'll be at Rome, so they've got a home advantage. I'm going to say a 2-0 victory to Italy. I think they're going to be pretty comfortable come this game. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. God, this is weird, me doing all of this live right now. I'll be telling you what FIFA's predicting. Unfortunately, I can't show FIFA's games due to time restraints. Right. Now, Ukraine, North Macedonia. Now, there's a very strong chance I can actually be in the fan zone for this one. So I'm really intrigued to see where this one goes. Ukraine unlucky not to get anything more for the draw against Netherlands. You could argue on the panel of play they deserve not to win, but the way they got back to 2-2, I actually thought was quite extraordinary, and I actually think they deserved something out of it, but unfortunately they just conceded too many chances to the Dutch, and eventually they lost out. North Macedonia going through the worst possible start. They losing 3-1 to Austria. So if North Macedonia do not pick up a win in this game, it's pretty much game over from then onwards. Creeper Boy, welcome to the stream. I have done the Wales game. I've predicted a 0-0 draw in that game, by the way. But all of you, leave your predictions in the comments down below, by the way. So, with this game overall, I have more confidence in Ukraine with their attacking quality. I thought Yarmolenko, who scored a terrific goal, was brilliant. Yarmolenko was the one who scored the second goal. Both were absolutely brilliant. Defending is the one thing I do have a bit of fear for Ukraine for. North Macedonia, not really many people stood up, in my opinion. Bardi, I know why he got that. He was terrific in midfield, but Pandev was all right as well. I'm going to say Ukraine will win by 2-1. I think it'll be quite tight. I think Zinchenko will get Ukraine 3 points. And it'll put some pressure on Austria, who will obviously have to play against Netherlands. And that is the next game that we are predicting right now. Let's continue this flow. In fact, okay, they're all the way down there. Apparently Denmark played Belgium first. All right, that spoiled the flow a bit. So Denmark play Belgium. So God knows what's going to happen with Denmark after what's just happened. I think a lot of people will be supporting Denmark for what's just gone on, for traumatic events they've gone under. Everyone can really sympathize with what's going on right now. Jack, a good attitude, but I don't want you to get you in trouble, man. Okay, so Denmark and Belgium. On paper, when these sides play against each other, you don't see too many goals typically. I think Belgium will be the favourites. I think defending-wise, they've not really been tested. Russia really didn't do enough. Denmark can definitely test that, although Denmark, even when before the traumatic events happened, going forward, they do look a little bit short of ideas, which I'm a little bit worried about. I think Jensen is actually going to take the place of Christian Eriksen, or potentially Delaney will switch a position or something. So to predict this game, I just think with the quality that Belgium have up front, with Lukaku already scoring 2 goals in this competition, I think Belgium will win. I'm going to say... I'm going to say 2-0 Belgium. Of course, it's at Copenhagen, so Denmark are at home, but I don't think it will help them. And I think if that happens, Denmark will be in real trouble now to try and get out of their groups, which is a real shame. I think it's been a very unfortunate tournament for Denmark, courtesy of one tragic event. But I'm sure they can move on ever stronger. Right. Now it's Netherlands and Austria. Good at going forward. Depay, Weghorst, Wijnaldum took their chances. Dumfries, especially when he missed his first couple of chances, I thought he was never going to score, but he scored the winner. So fair play to Dumfries. He did really, really well with that. Austria, they picked up a brilliant 3-1 victory over North Macedonia. Very comfortable in the end. They scored early, then North Macedonia equalised, but then it was that second half performance where they really turned the game around. God, excuse me, I got some indigestion. So it's the top two going up against each other. Looking at the squad, looking at what I saw, might not be an easy game to predict. I think Netherlands might cope better. I do see maybe Ukraine a better side than Austria. I'm going to say 2-1 to Netherlands. I just really don't like that back line. Daley, Blind, Davies and Timber have got faults. So I think they'll concede some goals. But I think with the attacking quality they've got, I think they'll score enough goals. Let me know what you think will happen with Netherlands and Austria in the comments down below. I mean, if you're watching this as a video, by the way, just make sure you just leave predictions in the comments so I can show you guys the standings of the Prediction League. I've not managed to do that yet, unfortunately, because I've been working in my job. Right, next is Sweden and Slovakia. I think we're now at the halfway stage. In fact, we're probably just over that. So, Slovakia, brilliant start. They managed to pick up a win against Poland. It was 2-1. They took the advantage of Poland going down to 10 men with Kuchariak getting 2 yellow cards. Sweden, they got a point against Spain. Probably, I think, a great result for Sweden, actually. And if Sweden can get a good result here, it puts them in a favourable position to top the group here, which will be unbelievable. They'll top another championships group. And, it would almost be as incredible topping a group that had Germany in it. So, I'm going to say, with the games and the teams that I saw, it's difficult because I think Sweden have to play out a bit. Slovakia could be dangerous, but I'm going to say another draw. I'm going to say 1-1. I think Slovakia have got that resilience about them, so I'll say a 1-1 draw in that one. Let me know what you think in the comments down below for this game. Next is Croatia, Czech Republic. Now, that's a big game for England especially. So if you look at the table, Czech Republic are top, Croatia third because they lost 1-0 to England. Now, if Czech Republic, let's say, were to win that one, it puts them in a very strong position to qualify in the round of 16. It then puts all the pressure on England, who will have to play against Scotland, who they themselves will want to really play out now, because I think Scotland deserves a little bit better. Croatia won't be easy. I think Croatia, what they'll do, they'll frustrate them, but defending-wise, they weren't great against England, and if they defend the same way they did against England, they could be in trouble. Going forward, Czech Republic have looked alright. I mean, the only reason why I'm not really confident in Croatia is for how lackluster they looked going forward against England. But this could be an entirely different game. You know what? I'm going to say Czech Republic get back-to-back wins. I think they'll do it. I'm going to say 1-0 Czech Republic away. And that will be an incredible result for Czech Republic. And it means when we play against Czech Republic, it becomes a must-win if you want to top the group. So I'm saying 1-0 to Czech Republic. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now, next, it's going to be England's game. Probably our biggest game in the whole entire tournament. England versus Scotland, one of the oldest national rivalries ever. So this is going to be really, really... I just hit the wardrobe, sorry guys. This is going to be really, really intense when this match goes on. Last time we played against Scotland, we drew. So we weren't able to beat Scotland last time we played up against them. Scotland had a really good XG against Czech Republic, but unfortunately they just didn't take their chances. Lyndon Dykes missed chances. A lot of them missed chances. Henry did. A lot of them did. So if they miss their chances again against England, England will eventually punish you. England, I think, will play out a little bit more in this one. I think they'll definitely play Scotland at their own game. I mean, I'll be very surprised if Southgate sets up to allow Scotland to have more of the ball there. I mean, how low will we have to stoop for that to happen? But I think overall, based on the quality I've seen from the squads and the performances, this could be a banana skin game. I'm still going to say 1-0. I think it will be it would either be very tight or a goal fest. I'm still going to go for a very tight and cagey 1-0. But I might be a little bit wrong on that. So that game's in 2 months. There's no ifs or buts or in-betweens. It's going to be either a goal fest or a really tight game. Right, we've only got 3 games left now. So next we've got Hungary and France. Very fresh from watching Hungary and France yesterday. Hungary held out Portugal very, very well, but then conceded 3 late goals, which puts them in a really dire position. Turns to France. They did well against Germany. Didn't have a lot of the ball, but they took their chances. And I think that's going to be ultimately what's going to be the difference here. I think with Hungary, they could frustrate France, but I think France will get the job done. I'm going to say 2-0 to France based on the quality I've seen. I think Mbappe will be a lot more involved in this one this time. Germany kept him quiet, but I think with the defence that Hungary have, I think Mbappe will thrive a lot more in this game. So I'm saying 2-0 to France in this game. Thanks to the 8 of you watching, by the way. If you guys want to leave your predictions, make sure you comment them and then I will respond to your predictions. We've only got 2 games left now. We're storming through these. So I think definitely the biggest game of match day 2 is Portugal against Germany. Portugal with a winning start. Germany with a losing start. Now, Portugal did well to eventually get the goals against Hungary. They had to wither the storm. They had to be very, very patient. But eventually, they got the goals. Ronaldo making the difference. And what an unbelievable player he is. Germany, I mean, I've got to be honest. Even though they lost against France and they have more of the ball, they don't look like a side that they can score plenty of goals. We've got Havertz and Werner in that squad. Neither of them have come close to scoring. Gnabry, for me, went closest. And Müller had that chance as well. But they need to get something against Portugal, but if they don't, I think Germany will be in serious danger, as I think France could definitely get something against Hungary. I'm going to say, with the quality that both these sides have, I think Portugal might edge it. I'm going to say 1-0 to Portugal. I think this is going to be a very, very tight game. Cheese on Toast is saying 3-1 for the France game, by the way. Fair enough. I think JetBCC is saying 3-2. Very interesting. They're thinking Hungary could get a couple of goals out of this. Interesting. Right, we've already made it to the final game. Spain and Poland. All right, before I go for that, they're thinking 1-1 with Portugal and Germany. 2-1 to Portugal. I was going to go 2-1, but I think it will be a bit cagey. So now we've got Spain and Poland. So Spain, definitely, in terms of the big nations, are the ones who've been the most disappointing. Of course, they didn't beat Sweden. Poland, another side that's been very disappointing. They were behind against Slovakia. They got an equaliser, but then disappointingly themselves, they went down to 10 men, and it was going to be a mountain for them to climb to try and overturn Skriniar's fantastic goal. For me, both these sides are under pressure for different reasons. With the squads, I just don't see Poland scoring goals. I think Lewandowski becomes a shadow of himself in the tournament, and I don't think Poland really got anyone else to get the goals from. Spain might edge this, but I don't think by much. I'm also going to say 1-0 to Spain. Very, very few goals, I think, in this one. So what are you guys saying? Jack's saying 2-0 to Poland. Cheese on Toast is saying 3-2 to Spain. So pretty much the opposite of what I said. Okay, I think that's all my predictions now. So if I can track back and remember, which my memory's not the best, I said 1-1 with Finland and Russia. I said a draw between Turkey and Wales. I said a 2-0 win to Italy. Ukraine and North Macedonia, I said a 2-1 win to Ukraine. Denmark and Belgium, I said 2-0 Belgium. Netherlands and Austria, I predicted 2-1 Netherlands. Sweden, Slovakia, I've predicted, I think a draw. Croatia, Czech Republic, I said 1-0 Czech Republic. England, Scotland, I'm saying 1-0 England. Hungary, France, 2-0 France. Portugal, Germany, 1-0 Portugal. Spain, Poland, 1-0 Spain. So, I think in the very short amount of time that I've been streaming, I think now we'll already wrap it up for my predictions, which should make for a nice video for people to tune into after they finish school. But thank you guys to the few that were involved in this stream. I do have to end quite abruptly because I've got to go to football training, so lucky me. So listen out for watch-alongs. You know, I will definitely be trying to do Wales and Turkey. That's no guarantee, but you'll most definitely see me streaming Italy and Switzerland, which I'm really excited to be streaming for. But if you guys like what you see, in fact, let's actually go back to the watch along feature here. If you guys like what you see and you want to see more streams for predictions in the future, please give the stream a like. It does tremendously help. If you're new around here, please subscribe to the channel. It does really, really help. And what do you think of my predictions? Let me know in the comments down below. And please share this channel to as many people as you can, although it would really make my day. That will wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are legendary if you saw the end of this stream.